quickly. Originally I wanted to be a PE teacher. Growing up in Scotland, to do teaching I'd have higher English and failed that a couple of times. Kind of fell into supporting, assisting some coaching while at school and really enjoyed that. And then progressed to do sports coaching, sports development at college, and was lucky to be based at the same college as the local development officer, who I spent quite a bit of time with in my free time, assisting, supporting, learning, and then progressed after college to become a development officer for Scottish Rugby. And in those days the development officer role covered everything from grassroots, this is a rugby ball, to pathway performance development programs. Decided pretty quickly that I far more enjoyed the performance side of it. Spent nearly 10 years as a development officer covering all sorts of roles, and then was lucky enough in 2008 to get the role as an academy coach for Scottish Rugby, looking after the North and Midlands, working with individuals on their performance and their pathway, working with teams from under 15s to under 19s. Part of that role kind of developed into some video analysis, so I worked with the national 18s and 19s doing video analysis, which allowed me as a coach to look at the technical skills, the individual elements far closer. And within that academy role, coaching regional teams again at 16s, 18s, 19s, also coached the national under 16s for 4 years, mainly focusing on defence, but working with the academy groups linked to Glasgow Warriors through that programme. Give us opportunities to spend a lot of time with professional coaches, professional players, lots of opportunities to go out on the field and practice. 2018 moved to the Middle East. My wife works in oil and gas, and she said we're moving somewhere hot, so we went to Dubai where it was hot and coached one of the Premiership teams there. So 2 years in a row we were runners up, and then moved to Australia 2019, luckily Perth, Australia, not Perth, Scotland. Got the coaching role at Wesley College, which has kind of grown into the director of rugby, where we get opportunity to coach all ages, kids that are totally sold on rugby, committed, kids that are brand new to it, in the school. So the timing to the school allows me opportunities to be up and around Rugby WA, Western Force, to continue my learning, and also within the pathway programme. Coached the state 16s for 2019 for 3 years, so really enjoyed that opportunity with the 16s. It was a slightly longer programme. It also helped me get to know the area really well. Reasonably successful programme last year with the 16s. I suppose the highlight of that's the success against the Queensland Reds, beating them here in Perth. The time we spent over east in Canberra and Melbourne was really positive. Lots of growth in the players. We've definitely seen a large group of players develop. I suppose moving into this year, coaching the state 18s, really exciting to work with that group, having seen the majority of the players in previous years in 16s. But also equally excited about the new players who we haven't had any opportunities to work with, who've put their hand up and come in and said, I'm better than the players you've had in the past, and maybe they've physically developed, their skills have developed. So it's really exciting to work with both sides of the groups. They're tracking really well. It's an exciting group. As I mentioned, we've worked with a large percentage of the group over the last couple of years, but we have some players who've taken their opportunity through the kind of talent ID, the identification, watching them playing in their clubs, playing in the schools, feedback from coaches of players that maybe didn't make it in the past, and have gone away and worked on any sort of feedback they've been given and developed. So it's an exciting group. One of my big focuses is around about the core skills and the ability to perform them really well under pressure repeatedly. If we've got lots of skills, we can make lots of decisions. So we've focused on that, and again seen good development. And again, some of the players that have gone away and come back, we've seen that progress being made. We're going to aim to play a quick game, keep the ball moving, It's a lot more enjoyable to watch as a coach. It's a lot more enjoyable for the spectators, and I'm a big fan of developing that all round across the board skill set of everybody. Try to use the full width of the pitch and develop the players' understanding of where we're going, why we're going there, and giving them maybe some slightly different shapes and structures that they're used to. Been really excited about how quickly they've learned, how quickly they've taken things on board, and we've got a group of mature players, some playing Prem's level rugby, coming with their own ideas and their experience and giving us that opportunity to develop. So really excited with the games coming up. Probably a couple of things. One, focus on the basics and the core skills. Make sure that's a big part of your focus. Bear in mind, most coaches will only have, hopefully the full career of a player, whether it's they make professional rugby, they play for their country, they only ever play Prems, or they only ever play reserves or play state 16s. Probably only got a short window of time with those players, and if you can focus on the core skills and have a real impact on that, that's going to benefit them from the long term. Building that into every session. Be prepared to adapt. Have a plan, have a structure, but be comfortable that you might have to change, and don't get stressed when it doesn't work. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of time, a bit of perseverance, try things from a different way. The game's very chaotic. Don't fear it. Don't feel you have to have total control. Give the players opportunities to express themselves. Remember that come game time, you're on the sideline. They're going to have to fix problems themselves. They're going to have to adapt. They're going to have to deal with mistakes. So that perfect picture that you paint on a session plan, don't stress when you don't get it, and trust your gut.
Brilliant.